Breaking news. A trade war hits your grocery cart. What began as a high-stakes political showdown is no longer confined to government meeting rooms or international negotiations. Tonight, it's reaching one of the most familiar places in everyday life, the grocery store. The latest developments in the growing US-Canada trade dispute are creating ripple effects that consumers on both sides of the border may soon begin to notice. The pressure behind closed doors. Reports surrounding the latest round of trade negotiations suggest that President Donald Trump sought greater American influence over Canada's pork industry during difficult discussions. But Canada's response wasn't delivered through dramatic speeches or fiery press conferences. Instead, it came through decisive economic action. Canada changes the rules of the game. Rather than escalating the rhetoric, Ottawa reportedly moved quickly to reshape its trade strategy. Exports of live Canadian hogs heading to American processing plants slowed dramatically. At the same time, Canada accelerated long-term agreements with customers across Europe and Asia while announcing major investments aimed at expanding domestic meat processing capacity. The objective was clear: keep more jobs, more production, and more economic value inside Canada instead of exporting livestock south of the border. The effects begin showing in America. Before long, the consequences reportedly started appearing inside the United States. Some grocery retailers introduced temporary limits on pork purchases. Bacon prices began climbing. Several meat processing facilities near the Canadian border reportedly reduced operating shifts as supplies became tighter. A supply chain that had functioned seamlessly for decades suddenly began showing signs of serious strain. A system built over generations. For years, North America's pork industry operated like one highly integrated network. Canadian farmers supplied livestock, genetics, and production that flowed directly into America's enormous processing system. Consumers rarely noticed because everything worked efficiently behind the scenes, but political tensions are now placing that entire system under unprecedented pressure. Canada's global pivot. Industry analysts believe the biggest surprise isn't simply rising prices. It's the speed with which Canada demonstrated its ability to redirect trade toward Europe and Asia once relations with Washington became more uncertain. The message emerging from Ottawa appears increasingly clear. If access to the American market becomes less reliable, Canada is prepared to strengthen new partnerships elsewhere. A bigger story is emerging. This is no longer just a disagreement over pork exports or tariff policies. It's becoming a broader test of how two of the world's closest economic partners respond when trust begins to weaken. The decisions being made today could reshape supply chains that have connected both countries for generations. Final thoughts. History has shown that supply chains take years to build, but only moments to change direction. And once businesses establish new markets, new investments, and new partnerships, they don't always return. What we're witnessing may not simply be another chapter in a trade dispute. It could be the beginning of a lasting transformation in the economic relationship between Canada and the United States. The question now is no longer whether the trade war is escalating. It's how far its consequences will reach. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, Canada, comment Untold. For more global news, geopolitics, trade analysis, stay informed with Canada, comment Untold for the stories shaping Canada's future.